Hello, hello everybody. Here we are again, trying to do something about what's going on in this crazy planet of ours, right? I hope we're going to have a lot of people participating today. So, yeah, okay. Trying to see. Not yet. Hey, what's up, South African? How are you, my man? Double check on everything. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate, my man. I appreciate. I really do. I'm assuming that you guys is gonna be hearing me okay. I'm still kind of. I just got from. I was doing some stuff out there. Kind of got back in a hurry. You know, life, life. Anyway, I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, but for whatever reason, it's not showing yet. Oh, there we go. Now here I am. I was checking on my TV. How is everything? Hey, we got 7 people out there now. Thanks. I appreciate. Okie dokie. Now we are kind of cool. Roast man, thank you. You're new. You are welcome. If you participate before, you're welcome too. So as long we keep the conversation in a very polite way, with dignity, respect to everybody, everybody is welcome. Good manner is the name of the policy here. So I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Well, today I was trying to do a live presentation on TikTok. I was trying to do it in a different way, but for some technical reasons, they took me down. So I'm kind of blocked on a TikTok for 24 hours. But it was an innocent mistake. You guys want to know what happened? I'll tell you anyway. Well, I respect everybody. Okay, so don't worry about it, roast man. Everybody's welcome as long, like I said, if you're respectful, you can give your opinion. We can talk about different things. But anyway, going to TikTok situation, right? I decided to do a live presentation on a highway. I had to do a few things. I said, well, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to do whatever I have to do. So I start doing. So I was filming myself. Well, the phone it was a hands-free phone, so I put on a bracket on the car, and I was driving, but not holding the phone or whatever. So anyway, TikTok came to the conclusion that was not a safe way, so they took me down for 24 hours as a punishment. Deserved. Well deserved. I think no matter, how careful you are, you have to understand that when you're driving, you need the full attention. Talking on the phone, doing videos. This is my kind of new life now, so I'm always recording stuff. But I should have a driver with me and then do whatever that I wanted to do, right? So anyway, hey, hello, Rest Group. I am. You are welcome. I know, right? Hey, look, man, when you're getting old, you do stupid things more often than you can imagine. But guilt as charged, I am on my probation and I'm gonna do the best next time. So I don't know. Anyway, but here we are on a YouTube channel. I'm not sure that I'm gonna be on a Instagram today because I don't have much people, watching my live presentations there. The reason varies, but that's the only platform that I still do in Portuguese. I don't know for how long is the Instagram. By the way, my address on Instagram is Carlos Todd, Carlos Todd, one word, 6363. On Instagram, I talk about different things, and also I normally take my first clients when the people decide to be a client or whatever. I send them over to Instagram to subscribe because there they can send me message, recording, reading, written, and so anyway, that's why I picked. Still have Instagram for that purpose, for business conversation, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so a lot to talk about today. Yesterday we had a good live presentation on YouTube. I appreciate. I want to say thank you for those who participate yesterday on a YouTube. Okay, if you guys want to subscribe or thumbs up, I appreciate. Okay. Um, so I wrote down a few things here, but let me see if I want to talk about that or not. Hmm. Well, first thing first, oh, I saw a bunch of hearts. I appreciate. First thing first, like they normally like to say. Well, this week, uh, 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 President Trump announced the gold visa. The United States have this permanent resident card. They nickname the green card in the United States. So if you're a green card holder, you can be either temporary or a permanent resident in the United States. Now, there is some type of visas that can take you sooner or faster to a permanent resident, and also in a kind of fast path for citizenship. So, but anyway, investment visas is one of them, and now he create this gold card. Supposedly, it's superior than the green card. Anyway, that's Trump's idea, and it's only going to cost about $5 million. Maybe he's over uh, pricing this card, but who knows? I understand that a lot of people wants to do that. This is basically for investment visas. Okay, folks, if you want to learn more about that, you can contact me on Instagram page, CarlosTodd63. But this is one of the stuff that was in the news. It's about that gold card, $5 million gold card, investor visa that's gonna give you a path for a citizenship. Okay. Well, for the record, also, I don't. I think you guys know that this is not the only country that offer this kind of visa. A lot of countries out there do the same. For those who wants to invest in a country, it's in a lower level when it comes to amount. But yeah, a lot of country does that. Hello, Komaus Rizvastav. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Ben, hello, hi. And thanks for the thumbs up. So yes, that's the one of the news. And the most recent news was the Friday White House big fiasco between Vice President Vance, President Trump, and President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky, something like that. The President of Zelensky, I'm sorry, Volodymyr Zelensky, President of Ukraine. I believe if this is going worldwide, everybody saw it was a live conversation, and they decide to do some of the dirty laundry in front of everybody. It was very shameful, disappointing, embarrassing. Do I need to say some more words to describe how bad it was? A meeting that's supposed to sign a deal in Ukraine minerals, improve the trade between the United States and Ukraine, end up in disaster. Anyway, hello, everybody. Thanks for participating. And I don't have much people today. You wonder why. But anyway, that's the stuff that's going on. The other thing that I want to talk about, let me see this one here. Yeah, I want to talk about what we have here. I'm sure some other countries they do have same system. Yeah, Harry Brandon, the way Zelensky was treated was a disgrace. Do you agree? Yes, I agree. I agree. Look, let me tell you something, Harry, Brandon. Without being polit- political or whatever, let me just say this. Um, I don't get disappointed with politicians. Okay. Matter of fact, I don't get disappointed. I try hard not to get disappointed with the human race because, like I normally say, I have this in my other live presentation. Disappointment is a product of expectations, and I don't expect anything from anybody. And politicians are the top ones, and religion too. So, so it was a disgrace, was disrespectful, but I'm not surprised if you want to know. Things are getting complicated. It's getting worse on a daily basis, not only in the United States but other countries too. So who knows what's going to happen? But things doesn't look well. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not pro-Republican. I don't believe in politicians at all, and neither in religious leaders. So I think they are a huge part of the problem. Hi from Russia. I appreciate, man. Thank you for participating. How do you feel about the Zelensky meeting? It was horrible. I don't call that meeting. It was something else. I have no name for that. It was absolutely disaster, But I'm not surprised. Harry Branda, it's not politician, it's the political system and the civil service at the way government works. I disagree respectfully with you. I believe you're right about the political system. It's horrible, but politician is part of it. But the one thing we have to remember, all these people are out there exercising power because of us people. I'm not saying that we have better solution. What I'm saying is politician is a product of our own environment. Remember, before whatever person become a politician or government leader, he was Mr. Joe, nobody like you and me, or like we could call here John Doe or Jane Doe. So, but these people are product of our own system, our own society. So it's hopeless. It's a combination of problems, but it's all different problems in one set. It's like a combo, you know. So that's how I see it. But I respect your opinion, Brandon. I have one question. Please reply. Okay, let me see. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. From India, RAM. Oh, I appreciate Vincent. Thank you. I appreciate. My thing is this. Let me tell you something. I what I do weekly, every day, it's checking out the news, if you call the news, because not only I have to check all the information out there and misinformation out there, I have to do this triage, clean it up, all the dirt in between the information, and make the best of it. Because remember, traditional media, it's also a big problem right now. They do everything but bring immaculate, clear, clean, shining, clean information. There is no such a thing as clean and clear information. Most of them are biased, pro this or that. It's a pro party, it's a pro agenda, So I have to look into all this information on traditional media outlets and also social media and make something of it like we're having this conversation right now. So anyway, God bless you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate. Self research, yes, pretty much. It's a hard, very, very hard job, to be honest. I'm not say to be honest. I don't like that phrase. See, I'm correcting myself all the time. But I'll do my best to make sure that I'll bring it to you what it is, how it is. And that the part of the job is doing this cleanup, you know. But I believe the most about 99% of politicians go in with good intention. Wow, you're very positive, Brandon. 99%? My goodness. I think politician for you is like a saint. I was gonna say the other way around, but I appreciate it's like almost like religion for you, I guess. And anyway, so let me again, the way our government works and the way parties works don't like independence thought. Yes, of course not. Let me tell you something. Let's talk about United States. If it wasn't for the money that the lobbyist industry give to those politicians, there would be no politicians. Do you think a guy who makes millions of dollars a year wants to go to become a politician, a House representative, a senator, governor, whatever, name it, for a couple of 100,000, 300,000, maybe $400,000 a year? You really think so? Because he loves his country. Yeah, that's think about Brandon. But I appreciate they want the party to vote it together because if they don't, not to get my goodness. Okay, well, okay, Harry. Okay, Brandon. I admire your positivity. Okay, I admire your positivity. I don't know if you're from United States, Brandon, but let me tell you something. In United States, lobbying it's a legal thing. So we have APAC, which is an organization who represent Israel, United States. You don't know, but probably over 300 congressmen and women uh, get money from these people, and plus the CPAC and all the other corporation, organization, lab industry, pharmacy industry, insurance industry, banks. Should I continue the list? Without these people, they will have a hard problem to they're gonna have a hard let's say uh, situation to get elected. And you call this democracy? And they're representing the people. Okay. Very little power in the grand scheme of things. You kind of look at the firstly, okay. Don't no need to worry about it, Brandon. Okay, I understand. Thanks for participating, my man. You are welcome here. Okay, I appreciate your opinion. It gives me ammunition. Sorry. That's why you should take money out of politics. I think they should get the average salary of the country. Yeah, keep thinking. Keep thinking. I don't think it's gonna happen. Look, power power is exercised by corporation, oligarchs, people, and it's not only in the United States. Okay, not mention Zionism and religion. That's another topic for another conversation. But this is how corrupt is this government system. I keep telling you, people, we've been watching, reading about it, examining history, hundreds of years, thousands of years. And we have two things in common in power, okay? Politicians and religion. Don't you think it's time for revisit these issues and perhaps find another way to better treat our human society? It's just me. No, I don't have the solution, but I detect the problem. And I have no doubt about it. Correct. Hi, sir. That's hello from Russia. Thank you. I think it's 64,000, but let me see here. $33,000 of euros. Yes, I think it's 64,000, but I'm sure. So don't quote me on it. Well, I'm telling you, salaries wise, that I kind of know before the benefits because they have so many benefits. For instance, congressmen and women, governors and presidents, whatever, they have a 100% covered health insurance and dental, 100%, which the people of this country does not have. It's already wrong right there. How can you have something for you that the people that you are representing does not have? Well, I have a name for that hypocrisy, 5G. And let me tell you, out of all, because I know we are not perfect. I know that. But hypocrisy is too much for me. Okay? Hypocrisy is too much for me. Harry Brandon, thank you for participating, man. Again, okay. Illuminati member, okay. It looks like Mahatma Gandhi. Somebody told me that before. I don't know why, but I kind of liked that. We have some very similar idea. The difference is I do not believe that religion and spirituality walks along or side by side. That's the difference between me and Gandhi. Well, besides other thing, he is a way great guy, man. I can't talk about that, and I can't emphasize enough. Okay, Vincent R. On paycheck from being homeless, more people are like this than being rich. And speaking of homeless, uh, Vincent, I saw the new numbers over 700,000 homeless in the United States. And they saying that we are one of the most wealthy nation in this planet. And we have over 700,000 homeless. Only here in California, for those who doesn't know, I am in California. Right here in California, we have about 100 and something thousand uh, people, homeless people, so you guys know. And nationwide is about 700 plus thousand homeless. Hello from Serbia. Thank you for participating. I appreciate Marco Stankovic. I don't know if I pronounced correct. Thanks for coming and thanks for participating. Reading from North Korea. Oh, what? That can be true, but you are welcome. I appreciate, man. What do you guys think? Is he really from North Korea? If it is, welcome. If you're not from North Korea, you are welcome anyway. American version of Mahatma Gandhi. Yes. Yes. I appreciate my man. I really do. Yes, you're right. Okay, man. And let me tell you something about. I like to take a ride, a hike, or ride, whatever, on quotes. Okay. When it comes to being right or wrong, I don't really look for validations on my words and thoughts, ideas. I don't really have a platform that are trying to present that I'm right or I'm wrong. Like you see the title on my, and by the way, thanks for the thumbs up and thanks for subscribing and sharing. So, my idea, like I normally put on the title of my live presentation, is that this is my opinion and my opinion only. I don't believe much on teaching or stuff like that. I believe on sharing opinions and information, and we do whatever we want to do with that, you know. But I try to exercise the honest way of sharing my thoughts. That's all. And I can be wrong, I can be right. That's part of life. Actually, I probably was way more time wrong than right. And I'm okay with that too. You know that song, the Frank Sinatra, which is not his song, but he interpreted very well. Regrets I had a few, but then again, too few to mention. Anyway, okay, I live for ahead. Okay, Harry Brand, I think one solution would be if you set up a system where I don't know, thousand people from across the country were selected at random and got told you have to run the country for the next 2 years. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Let me tell you, I detect so many problems. I'm going to tell you, let's talk about United Nations, okay? I am, my opinion, 100% sure, my opinion, that United Nations need to move out of the United States. It's too much pressure and influence from the United States on that body. This is the first thing. I think we should take United Nations to some other poor country, other continent, you know, a very poor country. That's kind of going to help that country in a way. And the other thing that I am positive about it, enough of permanent seat at the Security Council. This is dictatorship. How come somebody have the right, or some country, United States for instance, have the right to be there forever? What kind of body is that that represent the nations where, okay, I am on a Security Council, nothing's going to decide here, and I'm going to be, by the way, I'm going to be here forever. So this is the solution that I'm presenting when it comes to United Nations. Because right now, what we are watching, it's a powerless organization that can't do much, almost anything. Look what's going on with the ICC. ICC condemned Israel, and the ICC is being threatened by United States and some other countries. That's bad, man. Values and um, those organizations are really weak, shaking right now. We need to change, man. Change is needed. Okay. Man, that is a lot of opinion here. Israel did commit hell war crimes. You're right about that, my man. Now, who's going to step on their toes to do something? I don't know. I know, man. It's just so embarrassing. It's a horrible feeling. You know what I mean? It is a horrible feeling watching what's going on. And then you come to the conclusion that it's all like, you know, it's like what we're going to do about it. It's like a powerless feeling. It's horrible. You know, I've seen some countries doing something about it, like South Africa. What is it? Ireland, am I correct? And in Spain. So of course, and some other small countries. But look, those who really have some power to do, like those countries that are in the Middle East right now, sitting in trillions of dollars in oil or whatever, all they do is this: talk, 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 talk. They don't do anything about it. They have the power to do so, the money power, but they don't do it. Why? That's a good question. I see Lebanon, Turkey, now the situation on Syria. That Syria is a joke right now, man. Maybe 2025 fall in 2026, maybe. Exactly, even before the war. Hero boy, hello. How you doing, man? Thanks for participating. Hard work is not work, bro. Rich people is rich, but poor is poor. Why? Can I think about that question? Well, since history decide to report society and power, it has been this way. Domination, maybe. And the weird part of it, for instance, humans have the necessity of having leaders. The problem is some people have difficulties in defining what leader means. or at least a good one. So that's why we have a government and religion, because a lot of humans like to have people telling them what to do and not to do. And like this old saying, it is in history too. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't have the right quote. Um, the religion exists to keep the poor in a situation where they don't want to kill the rich. It's a quote from a huge leader. I don't want to say his name now because I don't have the entire quote about it. So I don't want to just take a few words out of the context. That's why. So I think so. Another thing, fact. Let me say something for you about I'm so much hard work, bro, but I'm still poor. Let me tell you a phrase that I carry with me about hard work and being rich. Are you ready for this? Maybe you can write it down or watch this live again later. Okay. People who work too much have no time to make money. People who work too much have no time to make money. Got it? Fact, EKKA. Vincent R. Buying wholesale. Oh, speaking of business, Vincent, if you want to talk about business, check out my check out me on what I was gonna say, Instagram, Carlos Todd 63, Carlos TODD 63. I do about investments, about everything in the United States. I don't even want to talk about cryptocurrency. Okay, I don't do this kind of thing. All right, it's a real deal information, visas, investments, buying, investing, applying for companies, open companies, everything else. It's a 1 hour conversation free. After that, if you become a client, we will talk about my fees. But the initial advice and orientation is free. All right. Carlos Todd 63 on Instagram. Right now, he's just talking about some other stuff. But I appreciate you do, right, Vincent? Well, it makes sense. The reason why I tell you that makes sense, this quote, is that I noticed through history. Hey, thanks for subscribing, R.S. Shaw. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thanks for the thumbs up. Subscribe and also share, okay? I recommend people to share this channel with those who you don't like. They're gonna dislike you even more. So, yes, I'm glad you know the quote because I noticed through history, watching even scriptures, if you see the Old Testament, if you see the New Testament, if you see religion these days, man, they are empires, $1 billion business. Do I have to keep going this conversation? And do I have to tell you that religion is influencing every political body on this country and others? It's not only one in particular, so you know, not only the Zionism movement, which involve, which religion. Well, Vincent, if you're not making why you're sleeping, why you will never be rich. That was a good one too, Vincent. I appreciate. Keep going. Fact EKKA. Convert or die mindset, they want to use your eternal soul for leverage, yes. And very punitive, the gods out there, huh? If you don't do as you're told, you go to hell or something similar. It's kind of weird. Anyway, wow, there is a $3 whatever there. Alex, hey chap, I got okay the bank, and I like to okay. I also need a okay. Let's put this guy to rest. Thanks, I appreciate. Okay, right. I think blasting is useless. Okay. Okay, if needed, if need any medication at doorstep, email me. Okay, thanks, Bruce. I appreciate. Okay, folks, I am in California right now. It's 1:41 afternoon, Sunday. And if you are from another continent, I'm assuming you are because most of my followers are from Asia or Africa. Sometimes some few European out there too, like we saw some countries which I appreciate, Russia, etc. And I appreciate the participation. I really do. Okay, I am a true believer on in one nation, a human nation, one planet for all. And matter of fact, when it comes to race, I have my own opinion. The biggest part of race, the biggest problem of race is organizations. Do you believe that? The white organization is a problem, the black organization, the Asian organization, the Latino, the Hispanic, and other ethnicities and race. That's why we are divided. Because why? Because they are defending their own interest, they think. Instead, they're creating more problems when it comes to unifying us as a human race. That's how I see it. It is hard. And speaking of racism, I have to admit we are all racist, but we have to fix that. It takes some millenniums to do that, literally. Hello from Tampa. I appreciate. Thank you. I've been in Tampa many times in Florida, homie. Okay. Okay, good, Vincent. I know Florida very well too. I appreciate. I know you guys in Florida are 3 hours ahead of me. Thanks for participating. Your hands are severing. Are you okay? Well, this is how I am. Well, I have my health issues, but it's not important right now. Okay. So, why all countries have a brother bro? Border. Okay, border. I'm sorry. Well, that's a very complicated question. Stupidity is the short answer. Answer in a short way, Mad Devil. It's just stupidity. We are all born in one planet. It's a mindset, very small. Don't understand the universe. I don't understand either, but I kind of understand a little bit to know that we are absolutely nothing on this universe, and this is our home, and we discriminate against each other all the time, like someone is more special than others. That's why I hope that this alien conversation will become a reality. Hopefully, it's going to be good. It could be very bad. Be careful on that one. Okay. I'm a pharmacist. You can share me. I won't charge you. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. Oh man. Anyway, Mr. Pharmacist. Well, I graduated as a nurse 150 years ago, but I was never practicing the profession because I became a military, then police officer, then whatever in Brazil. And then I left everything behind, and now I'm somebody else. That doesn't matter. So anyway, but I appreciate. Let me see. I wrote something down about relationships, marriage, and then I saw this piece about daycare, stuff like that, and separation, divorce, and everything else. In the United States, it is pretty close to 50%, more or less, the numbers of marriage that end up in divorce. And divorced parents with kids, it is something, isn't it? Some they don't even get married and they decide to have kids. I don't know. It's complicated. So society, like United States, for instance, we money. It's a very very important issue here in a capitalism society like this one. Everything, almost everything, is about money, and very dysfunctional right now. But I know we are not the only one. I know. What I think about the war in Israel. The war in Israel. I didn't know that we have a war in Israel. I know we have a war against the Palestinian and sometimes against the Lebanese people, Syria, right? That's not a war. The definition, to talk about war, Israel, we need to see the definition of state and the definition of war. We have around 17,000 children that died in Palestine. Over half of the people who died is women and children. Should we continue to talk about war now? I don't think so, but I respect your question and I appreciate. I really do. Thank you. I'm not a hate people. You're so good. Okay. Thanks for telling me that. Well, I'm not looking for to be a good. I just don't want to be a bad one. My everyday fight is against my weakness, my defect. But if you ask me, Carlos, what is the worst sin, the worst defect, the worst behavior in humans? I would answer without thinking. Ready? Hypocrisy. There is one thing that I kind of agree with Jesus on his Sermon of the Mountain, 3 chapter on the New Testament, is hypocrisy. It's a disgusting thing in humans. Never mind if you're not perfect, if you make mistakes. We all do. A hypocrisy. And interesting enough, hypocrisy is the number one defect, sin, like religion likes to call sin. Hypocrisy is the number one sin, defect of all religions. And I guess you're going to agree with me on this one. But Hamas started a war. Well, Hamas exaggerated the numbers of purpose, if you say so. If you feel good about that statement, good for you. They say that the worst blind person on this planet are those who don't want to see. But it's okay. We are not going to argue with you on this one. Okay? To talk about this, we have to go back to 1948 and then keep coming. And it takes a little bit of history lessons. But I want to respect you. And thanks for participating. And you're still welcome, okay? Hello from Bulgaria. Oh man, thank you. Thank you. I really like, with all respect from Asian people to Asian people, when somebody comes from the European country, I feel good because I don't have much people that follow me or watch my live presentation from those countries. I appreciate. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for watching. Saturday and Sundays, I am live presentation here on YouTube channel COTodd. I'm also on TikTok, Carlos Todd 5656, and Instagram Carlos Todd 63, Carlos TODD 63. Okay, thank you. Scottish production. Hello from Bulgaria. Thank you. You been in Bulgaria or do you have a Bulgarian friend? No, I don't have, but I appreciate. Now I have one. And if you want to follow me, I appreciate. And I'm also, if you want to talk about business, go to Instagram page, Carlos Todd 63, Carlos Todd 63. Maybe I may have some interesting topics for you there. Okay. Thank you thank you to Scottish production SCT Pro. SCT Pro. Thank you. Did Hamas start the war when carry out the massacre? You know what, man? I'm gonna have to stop you there. But I appreciate. Okay, I disagree, but I wanna respect you. But let me tell you something. If you ask the majority of people on this planet, they will disagree with you. Okay? Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's change the subject so we can keep respecting each other. I don't want you to take my disagreement as disrespect to you, but I am 100% disagreed with you. Scottish, thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, let me see what else I have here that it's important. Oh, I think I'm gonna keep it right there because I have only about 5 minutes to go or so. Okay. Thank you. Look, I live in Israel, and it's sad that you don't understand reality properly because that's not what's happening. Okay. All right. I happen to know a bit of history. I don't want to sell my resume to you. And I'm not originally from Brazil. I'm not originally from United States. I'm originally from Brazil. But I understand one thing or two about Zionism, about the organization called Israel, the self-denominated country. And I know who support them. I know who put them there. And I know the purpose of that organization. And unfortunately, the misinformed here, it's you. With all due respect, you were blinded because of a problem religion. And you're not only the only responsible for that. Zionism, where I have a bunch of religion supporting them, including evangelicals and Christians, not knowing that Israel itself are not big fan of the Christians, but they are so you know dumb that they can't see this either. But I happen to know a bit of history, and things didn't start a year ago. But like I said, I don't want to hurt your feelings like you're trying to hurt ours. You be careful, you take care, okay? Be happy if you can. I don't believe in happiness, by the way. I don't believe in gods. I don't believe in religion because this is the problem we're having right now. It's because politicians and religion. And religion is like they are all bad. Some are worse than others. I repeat, religion are all bad, but some are worse than others. Don't you think that maybe I, as someone who sees reality in the eye, okay, maybe you do. I don't own truth, and I don't believe in one truth. Truth, it's a absolute word, and I do not believe in absolutism. You're curious, I can see that. Well, I am clear and clean and obvious as I can be. You know, that is more Jewish on the Palestinian territory than on the side of what you call Israel. If you do a DNA, you're gonna figure out that all the leaders of Israel right now are not from Israel or from Palestine. They are from European countries. But this conversation is not going to take us anywhere. You already made your mind. I'm not here to change you, and I don't want to change you. I want you to be okay. If you're okay, wait and see. But unfortunately for you, most of the sane countries or nations disagree with you. But if you are okay, we are okay. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Yes, yes, yes. There is no such a thing on this planet, and that history tells too, including scriptures, history, Torah, Old, New Testament, what they call Bible, and Quran. If you look into those books, you see what politics and religion does to people. And that's very sad. Very, very sad. The world will be better off if one day we all understand that the human society needs, definitely needs, perhaps an alien influence. Because for thousands of years, we were watching humans being destroyed by their own race because of religion and politics. Anyway, okay. I think your English is great. Very good. Well, I don't know that question. I'm not even going to mention your question, Martin Rodri. I'm watching you now. So anyway, I want to say how much I appreciate the time. I appreciate, and I want to say this: Saturdays and Sundays, I'm here. If nothing happened, of course. Knock on wood. Never know. And I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram, I'm still trying to do in Portuguese over there. I don't have much people watching me on Instagram because I use Instagram for business purpose and other stuff. And Instagram, they have a lot of evangelical and religious people there on the platform, and I don't think they like my speech. I wouldn't, you know. I kind of live well with myself for 60 plus years, but I recognize that I'm not the best person ever. So anyway, religious people on Instagram don't like me much, and politicians either, because here in the United States we have two major parties, right? We have the Democrats and Republicans. Right now, the Republicans are in power right now. So I normally say, I used to say at the end of my live presentation, whatever, I used to say, look, I'm not a Democrat, which is the left side of the party of the system, and but I'm definitely not a Republican, which is the right wing. So you see the intensity, right? So yeah, you voted for Kamala? No, I didn't vote. I don't. I like I just said. I don't believe in politicians, man. It doesn't matter. But the good for the Israel is that in the United States, it don't matter Republican or Democrat, they are with Israel 100% for now. Nobody knows the future, right? So, politically speaking, and army and ammunition and money, Israel is okay with the United States. It doesn't matter which party is in power. And I call this unfortunate, but that's what it is. To me, any unconditional support is irresponsible. But that's politics. Hello from Hungary, Petras, Joseph. Joseph, thank you. Y'all know Jesus is God in here. Okay. For those who have a good relationship with their gods, Christians and Judaism, Muslims, all those out there, I congratulate you guys. Because you have such of should we call intimacy with God that I am like, wow, And I used to be a very religious person. I came to the conclusion this was a mistake. It gave me a lot of knowledge and understand enough to understand that, oh my goodness. But anyway, okay, thank you for the invitation, but it's not part of my plan right now, but I thank you. Yes. Should we meet in Palestine? Uh, Probably not, right? Because Palestine is a territory controlled by Israel. Am I right? Maybe you could go to a square or some cafe in Palestine and talk openly and freely about everything. Um, you can try to. Jesus is only way, truth, and life. Wow. Planet have creator. Okay. As a former religious guy, I feel sorry for you. But I thank you for your participation. Guys, I gotta go now, but I would just wanna say thank you so much for disagreeing with me but watching my live presentation. I hope you share this with those who you don't like. I appreciate that. Subscribe if you can. Don't forget to thumbs up, and we'll see you next time on a Saturday. Now, if you guys want to talk about business in United States or Brazil for that matter, you can contact me on Carlos Todd 63. Carlos Todd 63. I give 100% support here in the United States in business and visas, investments, company, open a company, everything else. If you want to learn more about that, go to Instagram page. That's the only place I can talk about that. I appreciate Carlos Todd 63. Okay, wait a minute. Let's have a good time. Okay. Wait, okay, okay. All right. I'll wait. I'll wait for you. Give me the last question. Jason is calling me. Okay, but that's fine, Bonehead. I appreciate. Okay. Do you know a few words in Hebrew? If so, what? No, I don't know, but I appreciate. Maybe one of these days we're gonna learn a few. I do speak English though, Spanish and Portuguese, not Hebrew. No, I'm not from Israel. I am in the United States for over 3 decades. Half of me, for sure, are Brazilian ascendant. So over half of my life, I've been here in this amazing country, United States of America. I am in California, but I travel throughout the United States. I probably know over 40 states in the United States. But if you want to learn more about what I do in the United States, contact me on Instagram, okay? Carlos Todd, Carlos Todd 63 on Instagram. All right? Brazilian in USA, yes. Like how can I say I don't know. Please, okay. Thank you. Well, I do live presentation normally on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, Saturday and Sundays. But I have a bunch of live presentation on the archive. You can check it out on YouTube, on Instagram. The thing is about the live presentation on Instagram. It's normally in Portuguese, but my videos is mainly in English. Okay. It's a very political most of the time, but it's not party basis political statements. If you know what I'm saying, I'm not pro any party, any political system itself. I'm a kind of anti-political system and religion. And believe me, it's not about the spirituality, just for the record. Okay, I think the sour part of religion is that religion is almost everything but spiritual. How old do you think I am? I don't know. I don't know. Old? Watching India, sir. Thank you. I appreciate. Look, guys, I appreciate everything. Check the information that I sent you. Check my live presentation. Subscribe my channel. And I appreciate again. See you next time. Remember, be the best you can be. But don't be hard on yourself. We are not perfect. But do the best you can for not being hype. Oh, I'm not going to say that. Hypocrite. I did say. Wow. No, actually, no. I'm not surprised. I don't know how you get that because I remember putting on my channel that I don't recommend this for under 18. Thanks for your honesty. Favorite movie? Take care. Man, I cannot tell you right now because I'm leaving. All right? Check out everything. See you. This live presentation will be an archive. Probably is going to be available tomorrow morning. Take care.